Prince of Wales a little winner.
Oh. I'd like to kidnap him. Hello, hello, hello. Love's young dream.
I hope your intentions are honourable, young man.
Wash your hands before you touch her.
Oh, well, actually, go on, you tell her now.
We're tying the knot.
When?
Just as soon as Father Jellicoe can do it for us.
Oh, yeah, poor dear, I hope he's on the mend.
Well, let's celebrate. Here, Jim and Nell got news. They're getting
To my dear fellow members, here in the quiet of the Sussex coast, I realise that I must give myself more fully to the House Improvement Society. I have therefore resigned as Missioner, leaving that post in the capable hands of Father Marion Wilson. I suggest I remain your chairman and look forward once again to taking up the reins.
Right, Paddy, I'm ringing Dr. Shaw now. Tell your missus to strip off and hop into bed. They'll be there in an hour. Dr. Shaw, it's Will.
Oh, I needed to speak to you.
Listen, you know Maggie MacDonald? Well, she needs her gas fire fixed and the gas company have messed her around something rotten. So I told them she's having a baby again any time now.
But she isn't.
Listen, I said, 'cause she's having a baby, she must have heat in the house. Ring Dr. Shaw and she'll tell you. They'll fix her fire now within the hour.
Right, Will. If they ring, I'll back you up. Will, my big maid Emmy's stuck in the bath and can't get out.
I'll bring some lard round and we'll grease her.
Can you bring a fiver too? I'm a bit short to the end of the month.
Yeah. Oh, Nell, congratulations, I heard the news.
Well, we've got to plan something special for the reception, Will. I need you to order me some stuff for a proper big wedding cake. Oh, she's got to have better than mine. Mum could only make us a bread pudding and whitewash it. But it came up good in the pictures, though, didn't it?
We should consider the matter of Father Jellicoe's remuneration whilst he is ill. His letters do say he is making a speedy recovery.
But his doctors advise a long rest, 6 months at least, preferably abroad.
Standard practice would say that we have to pay him 10% of the donations that he has raised. £800.
Oh, that's only fair. Let us suggest to Father Jellicoe that he take his doctor's advice and get right out of England and into the sun for 6 months.
Hear, hear.
Would you all look out for more speakers to represent the society? Father Marion Wilson is overstretched with speaking engagements, not to mention the church and the mission.
Yes, thank you, Miss Neville. Any other business?
Unfortunately, Mr. Burt Ray, our carpenter, is in jail on remand, charged with housebreaking.
Dear me.
The alleged incident happened before he started working for us. He was very concerned about the survival of one of his children at that time. He asks for £1 3 for a solicitor to represent him in court. I think we should help him.
Definitely.
Do all you can.
One other matter. We should consider setting up a loan club to free our residents from money lenders. Mr. Hubbard, may we confer?
Oh, certainly.
Oh, and we should follow up Father Jellicoe's suggestion of a furniture store at bargain prices. Father Mary Wilson, could you and Miss Hill investigate that?
Certainly, Miss Neville.
After the vision comes the spade work, the never-ending day-by-day work, the realization that it's been too long since you were charmed by moonlight or were surprised by bird song. One season merges with another. December suddenly is June. As you endure the never-ending charm of spade work till the vision comes true.
Admiral Jellicoe is with us
That's
today.
it, Father. Keep it in the family.
Of course, we're all part of God's family, are we not?
Well said, Father, well said.
A phrase keeps going through my head. We ain't got money, but we do see life. And we shall see life in greater abundance, just as our good Lord promised us. And to signify this, Admiral Jellicoe will now lay the first stone of the Drummond estate.
May God bless this site and all who dwell on it.
Welcome back, Father.
Looking great.
Admiral Jellicoe, you don't remember me, I'm Kathy.
Kathy. Aren't you the little girl?
Yeah, that Father Jellicoe adopted.
I remember. You danced the sailor's hornpipe.
I still do.
Kathy's such a good help at the mission, taking groups of people down to the seaside. And she's been invited to go on the stage.
But I'd rather stay with Father Jellicoe. He's done so much for me.
Father Jellicoe, Nell and I have a special request.
We're getting married, and we want you to do the service. Will you, please?
Oh, of course I will. Of course.
Oh, that's great.
We owe you so much. Mum's got an extra room through St Pancras Housing, and that makes it all possible.
I'm so happy for you. Fix a date with Father Wilson, and then let me know.
We often dreamt of a home that's warm, with a roof above that doesn't leak.
And a bedroom big enough for two, where love could bloom like a bulb in spring. I do take thee to be my bride.
Forevermore I'll be at your side.
We'll be as one through high and low.
And all our thanks for the
My dear boy, this community holds you in great esteem.
They may. But I feel uncertain with the housing committee. I don't feel welcome since my last illness. I don't have a church where I can take mass. Fortunately, I can stay at All Saints Margaret Street.
Don't be too long off the bridge. Keep the enemy in view. If you can, avoid a fight. Oh, does she want to speak with you? Farewell, my dear nephew.
Vera, how wonderful to see you. How are the family?
Well, that's just it. You see, Bert's in jail. I don't have anything for Christmas for the kiddies. If I only had 6 shillings. 6 shillings, I could do him a lovely Christmas.
Here. Here, my dear.
Thank you.
Thank the Lord, from whom all blessings flow, and may he bless you and yours.
Six bob for Christmas and the world's all right. 6 bob for Christmas will bring heat and light. In his eyes will shine on Christmas morning, and his tummies will be warm as they scoff the Christmas greeting. 6 bob for Christmas and forget the rent. Somehow we'll face that when we must, and what's going to happen after could be a right disaster. In going Christmas party, put your trust. 6 bob for Christmas and the world's all right. 6 bob for Christmas and for heat and light. The kids' eyes will shine on Christmas morning, and their tummies will be warm as they eat their Christmas pudding. 6 bob for Christmas and forget the rent. Somehow we'll face that when we must, and what's going to happen after could be a right disaster. In going Christmas pudding, put your trust.
And now, a flying visit from the special guest for whom this under-40s club was formed, Father Basil Jellicoe.
Dear Morton, my thanks to you and to Hetty for all the speaking engagements for the flying squad. And to you too, Gerald, for transport for all the workers and fundraisers. I can always count on you here, especially for a good laugh.
Indeed you can, sir.
This morning, as the Bishop of London blessed our first 8 Drummond Street flats, I thought of the controversy in the Church of England about prayer book revision. And I thought that we could describe our event here as the Church of Christ and rent book revision. Your sunny presence would so enliven our stuffy committee meetings, so I asked the Housing Society if we could accommodate your lovely club next to the registered offices. Sadly, they have declined very quickly. Bless you all. Bless you.
Never mind, Father Basil. We'll cheer you on your way.
The under-40s club, we're really at the heart of the wheels of Father Basil's flying squad. The under-40s club, we're really at the heart of arrangements for his many social engagements. We won't say to the bishops and we won't say to the schools, if they turn us down, we start again. That is a golden rule. We do the task every night to keep our spirits sure. Men of God are going under the under-40s
I'm glad to come around and show you what I found. It's a Kodak film projector for just £60. It is the slickest thing to use for fundraising. I can stop it anywhere to get a still picture. The Archbishops of Canterbury and of London too. At Lambeth Palace told me of their gratitude. And Mother raised in Cheltenham Ferry £100 and 2. And I want you all to know I'm glad to be back here with you.
Welcome back, Father Jellicoe. We have been somewhat confused as to your intentions.
Well, I'm thoroughly recovered and back in the saddle.
Well,
That's good to know.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I have received a letter from a Mrs. Vera Ray telling me she is threatened with eviction because of non-payment of rent, and that her request for a 3-bedroom flat has been ignored. I believe that she is an exceptionally deserving case.
We have provided Mrs. Ray's family with a 2-bedroom flat. Since then, her mother-in-law has moved in. Now, Mr. Ray will soon return from jail, and then the mother-in-law will have to go. We don't have one spare room to allocate.
Well, surely we can do something.
I provided state financial assistance for Mrs. Ray. She's not paid 1 penny of it in rent.
Can we do something personally?
The mother-in-law will have to go. She's a scrounger. We have done everything we can to help that family.
Then let us go the further mile.
Could we move on? Mr. Hamilton has an urgent report.
Thank you. Regarding the Drummond Street estate, the LCC have turned down the plans as being too dense. I have therefore commenced to redraft them.
Oh, bless you, Ian. As I've said before, you take to this work in the spirit of a sanctified life.
Would you excuse me? I have to take a rehearsal.
And I promised my husband we'd eat together for once.
And I've got a service to take.
Must get on with these plans.
Would you care to join me for a drink, Father Jellicoe?
How kind of you. But the time. The time.
I really do need a drink.
How many more happy times are left as we camp under the stars and he plays the accordion? With each depression, he sinks lower. He has so much love for everyone. Why can't he love himself? If I could tell him just what he means to me, it's overwhelming how he has set me free when he smiles at me. It seems just like the sun that shines on everyone in equal degree. But now he's troubled, and that should never be. He gave me self-respect. He's given his love to the world, now there's none left for him. May he find peace. I want to follow and do as he has done, and take the children down to the sea and sun, and I'll accept them as he accepted me, and love them all with equal degree.
I declare this, the 4th annual general meeting, open.
Mrs. Barclay sends her apologies, owing to illness. I have to announce the resignation of Father Percy Marion Wilson and Miss Norda Hill, which we regretfully accept. I now call upon our chairman to give his address.
This evening, we shall proceed to see first 8 new Drummond Street flats and 7 more reconstructed ones, and the foundations for a further 50. Our work is now extending to Kentish Town and
to Southwark. Many have helped in our great enterprise, but without Father Jellicoe, we never would have got started. His latest idea, which he and I have been working on for some time, needs your enthusiastic support.
many of you will agree that the quality of our pub life drastically needs to be improved.
Yeah, say that again.
Pubs and publicans are an important part of our community.
Right.
Miss Neville and I have been negotiating with Messrs. Whitbread to purchase the Anchor Pub. I long for the day when I can run a pub, a friendly, local, comfy sort of club, where clergy and parishioners and families can throng after even so.
What? A parson running a pub? A parson running a pub? From the pulpit to the bar, it's really going too far. Jesus may at once mix with publicans. Let's not make the same mistake, a parson running a pub.
We need a college for our publicans to raise the calling to a noble one. So there'll be social workers to convey the Holy Spirit as well as beer and rum.
What? A parson running a pub? A parson running a pub? From the pulpit to the bar, it's really going too far. Jesus may at once mix with publicans. Let us not make the same mistake, a parson running a pub.
3 months later, the Anchor Pub officially opened.
Welcome, Your Highness. Welcome. Wouldn't have missed it for the world. May I introduce the manager, Mr. Eddington?
Congratulations, Mr. Eddington. This must be a big night for you, what?
If I may say, Your Highness, this is the high point of my career, and not many people know that.
Pray, continue dancing. It is a wonderful sight. As you please, Father, as you please.
Hey, come join us, Father.
I have an important task to perform.
Quiet, please, for the Most Reverend, the Archbishop of Canterbury.
May the Lord rain his blessings on this house and make it a place of friendship and conviviality. Amen.
At last, there is a room at the inn.
A parson running a pub. From the pulpit to the bar, really going too far. Jesus may at once mix with publicans.
How can it be a great mistake, a parson running a pub?
I'm writing this edition of Housing Happenings in my room above the Anchor Pub. Soon we shall take over the Tavistock Arms. Yet another dream was born on that glorious wet day when Lord Monk Brereton blew up the old Sydney Street flats. Hooray! And up she goes, I thought. It ain't going to rain on those houses no more because we've blown them up. A lot of people feel like blowing things up. I don't blame them. We all do sometimes. But we did it in the right spirit here, to make way for the new garden estate which Mr. Hamilton designed. We now look forward to the new flats being opened by Lady Cynthia Colville, Lady-in-Waiting to the Queen. Lady Cynthia will do this in a most unusual way.